it's Abby. It's been a long time since I've been on camera, but it's really nice to be on here again. For those of you who don't know me, as I said, my name is Abby. I am 24 years old and I live in California. And I also happen to be totally freaking blind. So, um, this sort of short form video, well, I guess long form, but it's gonna be like, I don't know, maybe like 4 or 5 minutes long, is just a quick little introduction on myself as well as a sort of project that I want to get going here in 2025. Real quick, before I go any further, if you guys happen to hear any paws or footsteps moving around, I am home with my dog and she's kind of scurrying around right now because my parents aren't home. So she's looking for them. But anyways, for those of you who do know me, familia and friends, hi, how are you guys? Many of you know that for the last several years, I've tried doing online content several times and have kind of failed every time. Maybe not failed, but stopped for one reason or another. And I could definitely get into that another day and just kind of give some more insight. But I've taken some time over the last few years to really get a better sense of how other blind content creators handle making their own content when they don't have a sighted videographer and they've been able to do it independently, regardless of having a little bit of remaining vision or being total like myself. So I figured this year is finally the year. I'm only getting older. I've wanted to do this. It's been my dream to do this for so long. And now I have more knowledge, I have better equipment, I have a better phone, better mics. Right now, I'm actually using my AirPods as my mics. I'm trying to get some different ones, but for now, this will kind of be the setup because they do deliver good sound. But yeah, so I've taken the time to kind of mature and gain more knowledge on how to do this. So I think this is finally the time for me to do it. And just to give you guys a little more background on what it is exactly that I want to do, it is creating video content online to share onto Instagram and YouTube and TikTok for however long we have that app. I hope it stays around, but I don't know, we'll see. Um, I do want to create content on there, and it will be like blind content creation, I guess you could say, but I also want to kind of do a more unique spin on what I feel like is already out there in the world. I want to bring sighted people together with my blind people, with, individuals from other disability communities, anyone and everyone that I possibly can, and introduce you to my life, my journey as a blind person, yes, but as someone who is 24 years old and does stuff that any other 24 or 20 something year old would do just from a blind point of view or a blind perspective. So that would include things like going to school. I'm a full-time college student, working towards an associate's and a certificate in two different things. Uh, Going to concerts. I love going to concerts, and I know for family and friends, you guys see me post photos and videos all the time. Going to comedy shows, going out to eat with friends, going to a bar, being in a relationship, like all these different things that are very stigmatized, especially when it comes to the disability community. And people are like, well, like, if you can't see, like, how do you know you like someone? Well, let me tell you something, it goes way beyond just looks. And even for members of other disability communities, for those who have mobility issues, who use a wheelchair, who are hard of hearing, who are deaf and blind, even if it's just partial, there are ways for the human individual to do everything regardless of what adversities they're facing. And I really am so tired of this stigma of, your typical sighted person just like, I guess you could say, being ignorant or being clueless, and it's not necessarily their fault, but I feel like there needs to be a voice, or voices rather, because I do plan on doing this in collaboration with some friends, who kind of shed some more light on what a typical day-to-day life of someone like myself and my friends kind of look like, doing all these typical 20-something year old things, if that makes sense. So, on top of me doing my own content creation project on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, I'm also going to be in collaboration with one of my best friends. We're very excited to start another project that I'm not going to say too much on now, but it definitely also involves a lot of advocacy work and organizational work in the blind community. For specific groups, and that's going to be a collaboration between she and myself, as well as some of our other lady friends that are also in the blind community, and it's just going to be a really fun time. So, like, on occasion, once that ball kind of gets rolling, you guys will hear me talk about that more on here as well. But for the most part, I'll be doing my own thing on here, and occasionally have a friend or a guest or my partner kind of come on, you know, wherever feels appropriate. Sometimes it'll be vlog videos, sometimes it'll be story times, it'll be I don't know, just different type of stuff. Like if you guys want to see me bake or whatever, I love to bake. And I'd be whipping it up good in the kitchen all the time. You guys can ask my family. But yeah, like just different stuff. So if you guys have any questions, any thoughts or comments, or any particular thing you want to see, maybe of something that I've mentioned already or something that I didn't mention that kind of popped into your mind, like, well, how does a blind person do this? Or what does a blind person think about this? Or, you know, like I'm open to any questions. I am very hard to offend, unless your question is just downright rude. Obviously, please be nice. I would really appreciate that. But I'm an open book. I'm open to any question. No question is too simple or stupid or dumb. This whole idea behind this project is to educate. So even if it's like the simplest, smallest question, I'm gonna take that very seriously because I'm helping educate and spread awareness. Is that my job necessarily? No, but do I feel like in part it is my responsibility to kind of shed light on that and spread that knowledge around the world as best I can? Absolutely. We all need to do our part. And the more voices are speaking, the more people from other communities, whether it's sighted or another disability community, learn about me and my community, the better. And we can all learn from each other and just create one cohesive understanding or knowledge that being blind looks different for every person, being sighted looks different for every person, being from any other disability community looks different for every person, but that doesn't mean that we can't all enjoy the same beautiful things in life. And that's really my overall message with this whole thing, is basically to share that. So you guys will be able to find me at Abby's POV. Those pages have not been created, but once they are, I'll definitely go ahead and let you guys know. By the time this video goes up, those pages probably will be created, so I will say that. But I'm going to share these videos on my personal social media pages as well, and then once those other pages get up and running, you guys will know about that. So feel free to follow or subscribe, whether you're on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. I was blanking on what that other platform was. Please follow, please subscribe, let your friends know, let your family members know if there's anybody who you think might be interested. I would love to have them join our little family here. So I hope to see you guys soon. Let me know, of course, again, like I said, in the comments, what you want to know about. And I cannot wait to share my point of view with all of you.